Adam, how does the performance and that finish in particular sit with you right now?
Different emotions, yeah. I think the way we played the first three quarters in particular, North played a really strong, solid brand around the contest and clearances, and that was something we couldn't get right for most of the night, but when we got it right, we looked good. So there's that piece. Anyone on any given day, you just, if you're not full tilt, then you're vulnerable. So we're competing with, the bottom four sides for that ascendancy, and they were too good for us today over 4 quarters. But the numbers and the things that we value and we're chasing, collectively they look good. We have 31 forward half turnovers, 58 inside 50s, probably had 7 or 8 more shots. So we can walk away with that feeling, but overall we're disappointed. Disappointed how we played in the first 2.5 quarters, and probably based around our clearance work and our conversion.
The holding the ball decisions, I guess, the big talking point against Elliott. How did that one feel to you?
I can't comment. But yeah, can't comment.
What sparked the guys in that final quarter to get that 6-goal run going and all of a sudden turn the game on?
Yeah, I mean that's the question I asked the players after the game. Well, let's start like that. That'd be great if we could do that. And I think there's been games in particular at home where we have, and it's been ruthless the way we played. So yeah, we need to dig a little bit deeper about why we can't play that brand all the time. Albeit we're learning. We're on a path where 2 weeks in a row now we've been in winning positions. We were in front at 3/4 time last week, and we were in front with 5 minutes to go this week, and we just couldn't get over the line. So we'll learn from these games as opposed to some of the games, where you lose by 100 points. It's hard to learn from those. From these ones, we genuinely can learn as coaches as well. So we'll dig a bit deeper about that, but you'd say mindset's pretty important in this competition, and North come with a really strong desire to perform well, and it was probably stronger than ours at the start of the game, which there's no excuse for that.
I know you can't comment on the decision, but how do you feel the new interpretation of the holding the ball rule has been handled by the AFL as a whole, and especially at the time of the season, to change it with the players and the umpires?
I think it'll settle, but did we? I don't know. It's pretty hard to ask me after what happened tonight, but yeah, I mean the players normally adjust, but on the fly is difficult. So can't really coach differently. I don't know what to say to Elliott. Don't win the ball like that. I don't know. So probably the wrong time to ask me. I get why we've made the tweak, but it seems like it's going to take a bit of time to get it right.
Is there a fear that those decisions may have an influence on players going for the footy and maybe waiting for someone else to grab it so they can tackle and then create that?
I don't know. I think the players will work it out, but we've got to work it out on the fly. That's probably how I see it. They're pretty smart. They normally work their way around it and become a non-talking point. But at the moment, I'm assuming it's a talking point because the game looks a little different on occasions.
People's players started when that decision was made. What sort of feedback did you get there?
On the free kick?
Yeah.
No, none. No, I'm not talking about that free kick anymore because I'll get in trouble.
What did you try and change, Adam, in the stoppages? Liam Ryan went in there?
Yeah, we did a few things in the middle. I don't think we went to centre clearance in the first half. There wasn't many goals scored, but yeah, it was the contest and then the scramble around that we didn't match North, and so we tried to do a few different things. I think Liam and Petch on ball worked pretty well. Jermaine Jones went back, gave us a bit of spring off half back line. So we did some things from a coaching point of view that we thought helped. But yeah, we don't think Liam Ryan needs to be playing in the middle all the time, but at least we now know it's something we can go to.
I think Davis-Uniacke, he was a problem for you. You didn't seem to have an answer for him today.
No, we had a role for Dom, and Dom's been pretty good. But when the collective gets to work, it's really hard for one man to stop one player. Like, you need to do it together. So, it felt like the collective was the problem. So I think our mids all take responsibility for, and the coaches on taking too long to get our way through it. And North, like I said, they're probably just a bit more hungry than we were, which is really disappointing to say. Like, coaches don't want to say that.
How's Liam after the big collision in that last one?
I don't know. I haven't spoken to Liam. Yeah, Duggan. Yeah, I think he's got a bit of a cut lip, but I haven't spoken to him. So concussion's probably the obvious one. So, yeah, haven't spoken to him.
Heading into the bye, good time for a rest and a recharge, obviously. What do you say to the players before they go away this week?
Well, I think we've established a better brand this year, and we haven't changed what we've declared we wanted to do at the start. We want to be better at the contest, want to be better at clearances, field position, front half turn. And look, we go from 18th in all those areas to 16th. It's an improvement. So it's small steps. But every now and then this year, you saw the best of us. And yeah, that's something we'll leverage off. So we'll go into the break disappointed the last 2 weeks, but positive from the back half of the year that we get hopefully some important players back. Like we missed some pretty good players tonight. We learned a lot the last few weeks, and we keep putting one foot in front of the other and stay on the positive journey that we're on.
Adam, Matt Flynn didn't have a touch in the first half. Do you think the two-ruck combo is working for you so far?
Not in the first half, but the last quarter it looked really good. So I think I've said this before. There's a few. We debuted 5 or 6 players. Flinny was one of them a week ago. It's just going to take a bit of time for that rhythm to come through, but we like what we saw in the last quarter. So I think we'll look at the positives more than the negatives on some of our guys who only played one game. The synergy's definitely not there yet. It's barely forward either. So what's that done to our rhythm? But that's part of trying to get better. So we'll continue to do that.
How'd you find Hutchinson's first game? He did your goal, but he had some moments where he just flew in.
Not far off, yeah. Look, he had a few moments there, which I reckon another game or two he'll take. In the air stuff, but in ball in hand, he's pretty good with that stuff. So I think getting that first game out the way is something I believe is really important. So now the next game he plays, he's just one of the boys. So, he had moments, but I'm sure he'll get better.
How does the bye week look
For us, we have 4 days off, and then we'll get back to work. The break's important. North come off their bye, they look fresh and hungry. I'm not saying that's got anything to do with the result, but we need to freshen up, get away from each other a little bit, and then we'll train Thursday, Saturday, and we'll hit Essendon with everything we got.
You touched on Flynn before. How important is it now, knowing that you've got to run individual, when probably the majority of taps, how much you've got work to do?
Yeah, that doesn't mean too much, other than it makes us a little bit more less predictable when we're trying to just row from the opposition ruckman. So sometimes when it's 50-50, it's harder to work out what the ball's doing. But yeah, I think we'll be better for it. It'll just take a bit of time. All right, thanks guys.